What's going on, guys? So we are back in the garage, and today we're going to be putting the clutch, the transmission, and we're going to be swapping the motor into the car. Alright, so for the clutch we are going to be using a competition twin disc. I'm going to take this apart real quick just to kind of inspect everything. This was a barely used clutch, probably, I don't know, 500 miles, so I got it for a good deal. But it looks like they put a Loctite on these bolts, pressure plate bolts. So we're going to go ahead and take this apart, clean the flywheel, inspect the disc, and then clean these bolts with my wire wheel over here. So we just finished cleaning the flywheel bolt, and by the way, this is a 17mm 12 point. So you'll need one of these little 17mm 12 point. We cleaned up the pressure plate. We cleaned up the pressure plate bolt, and we have the rest of the clutch disc assembly, and we have the alignment tool in there. So now the next thing to do is to put the flywheel into the motor. We're gonna use probably blue Loctite on this one, torque it to 25 pounds, and then use red Loctite on this and drive it in there with the impact. I know you guys would probably want me to see it to be torqued it to whatever specs, but I usually use like 100-pound impact and call it a day. We got the flywheel in there, we got the pressure plate, we got the alignment tool. Next thing to do, we just put a Loctite on this flywheel bolts, hand tied it in like a crisscross pattern, and then just torque it to 25 pounds. Alright, so we got the pressure plate torque to 25 pounds, and sometimes you'd have to be really careful when trying to line this up, because if it's not there 100%, you could end up spending the whole day trying to get the transmission in. And I just want to add that if you have competition twin disc, that competition uses a specific throwout bearing, which is this one. So it looks a little bit different than stock. I think stock works, but I'd rather not take a chance and use the exact throwout bearing that competition suggests. And we're going to be using just a newer clutch fork, and we're just going to add a little bit of grease on the main shaft into the little pivot bearings and put the trans in. So with all that said, let's go ahead and do this. We're getting somewhere. You guys don't stop motor on the floor. We do. We're almost there. Big turbo problem. We'll take the headlight out. Alright, so it's I don't know, probably about almost 2 in the morning, and I didn't really record a whole lot of stuff because we're just busy trashing into this thing. We got most of the motor stuff done as far as getting the motor into the car. Kind of mocked up the turbo, the intake manifold, kind of looked at the overall clearance of everything. Over here, we're going to have to cut some areas over here to clear, because this is a big 67 turbo, so we're going to have to cut a lot of stuff over here. And then this intercooler, obviously, we're going to have to mount that. We're going to have to redo the whole cold side piping, 3-inch. So we're going to have to actually cut this one shorter, push that back inwards more, so it will sit about somewhere around here, and it'll 90 degrees to the bottom. From the underneath here, so coming out another piping here, and another 3-inch coupler that connects to the intercooler. We're going to have to figure out, we're going to have to mount the intercooler somewhere around here. I'm not worried about it. But we got most of the hard work done. I think that we're going to have to clear some of this a little bit just to make the, the wastegate up pipe clear as well. So yeah, I mean, it's almost there. I would say 2 to 3 more days of work, and we should be able to start it hopefully by the weekend. And I've also made a list just to kind of help me remind myself as to what still needs to be done. So let's see, we got the 2 dowel pins, 10-thread oil's done. We don't have the fluid, actually. Yeah, we have that one. High temp RTV, N3T, alternator belt, we don't have that one. Let's see what else we got here. Twin disc, 25 pounds, install trans, half shaft, rear mount bracket, lower chassis to the motor, mounts, linkage, we don't have the interlock pin, so we haven't done that yet. Feed line, basically it's done as well. Old pressure line, O2 to the ECU, wire switch panel, intake manifold, that's not a big deal. Engine harness, traction bar, axles, fuel lines, tap mount, that's already done. On turbo hot side, clock turbo housing, intercooler, we haven't done that. We're gonna have to redo the whole, obviously the whole cold side piping, lid clutch, base mat lock timing, blah 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 blah. We haven't done that. So I mean, we've done a lot of stuff tonight. So I just thought I'd show that to you guys. There's still a lot of stuff in here. Man, I have a lot of work to do, but we're almost there. Yeah, we're gonna call it a night. I gotta go sleep at least for 3 hours, go back to work tomorrow, and then as soon as I get off of work, we're gonna go back and work on the car again. Probably do a lot of fabrication stuff tomorrow. But yeah, again, thanks for my buddy Corey for coming by. It helped a lot as far as like trying to get the motor in there. We didn't have a hoist, and as you can see in the video, we swapped this motor from the ground. We slide it inside the engine bay and lower the chassis to the motor. So it wasn't exactly the easiest thing to do, but you gotta make it work with what you have. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you guys soon.